So the temperature shot up by 500 degrees and then dropped by 300 degrees in the past few days, which means there is now visible sweat patches everywhere I've been around the house. Welcome back to Words from Our Mouths. I'm Pete, that's James. Hi James, how the hell are you?
Is your house like the hallway just like a slip and slide at this point?
Yeah, the stairs especially. My God, like they just do not tackle these stairs right now. There's just not enough. Like, how do you dry it all out? How did I have that much sweat in me? It could fill a swimming pool quite literally.
Well, it's because people keep telling us to keep drinking water and all that lot. All I'm doing is sweating it back out.
Yeah, the amount I pissed because I was drinking water to stay hydrated. It's so warm. I'm just getting more warm walking to and from the bathroom.
I did give myself heat exhaustion on Saturday.
That's not a good idea, James.
No, it wasn't pleasant.
No. Did
I
you?
would not recommend.
Vision funny, lightheaded.
Vision funny. Had to sit down.
Yeah.
And then drank about 3 litres of water and then sat in a car of aircon for a bit because I couldn't.
Drinking all the water at once is a bad idea, though. You know that, right?
It wasn't like I necked 3 litres in.
Oh right, okay.
It was about.
First of all,
window.
like holding your breath
quick.
for that long is impressive.
It was about 20 minutes I managed to drink it all in. It was impressive.
Okay, that's fine.
But also, it wasn't ice cold. It was just chilled.
Well, chilled. You see, apparently, chilled water is not the way to go. Iced drinks, cooled drinks is not the way to go. What you're supposed to do is drink lukewarm things, because if you drink cold stuff, then your body tries to heat its core because it thinks, "Oh my God, I'm cold now." Whereas a hot drink would probably be better because your body will start thinking, "Let's do the cooling thing."
I was struggling to stay concentrated. Heating water sounded dangerous.
Yeah, that's fine. This is just general advice, not when you've got heat stroke. We
are not medical professionals. Don't actually listen to us. This is what we've read online and stuff.
This is what I've read through memes more than anything. But
we need to clarify that.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's ever out there taking my advice, first of all, stop that immediately. And second of all, yes, as James said, disclaimer, this is just stuff we've read, cannot prove it works. I tend to just drink the same cold fizzy drink all year round anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. And yes, James, it's Iron Brew.
I didn't even question it.
No.
I did eat Northern for dinner today, though.
Northern, that's chip shop.
Yes.
James.
Now, what did I get from the chip shop?
You got chips, sausage, and curry.
No, I did not get curry.
Oh, gravy?
I believe I went more Northern than gravy.
Yes, okay.
And mushy peas.
And mushy peas. Oh, bloody hell.
I had sausages as well, not fish.
You'll be looking at people dead in the eye in the street saying, "All right, cocker," soon. You will be. It's.
What does E-bar gun mean?
Whatever you want it to mean.
I can feel it building inside me. But
yeah, it means whatever you want it to mean. It can be good, bad. It can be just to fill the silence, the void, the emptiness of your life.
I like the fact that you can have a sentence with one syllable in Northern.
Yes, of course you can. There are plenty of them. What's your favourite one?
Tin, tin, tin.
Yeah, tin, tin, tin.
It isn't in the tin.
Sorry, what? Tin, tin, tin?
Yeah.
Don't know where it is then.
But that's just repeating a syllable.
Yeah.
That's basically a 2-year-old speaking. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, sure, we're going to
It's 3 very different words.
But it's one very similar syllable.
Yeah, but it's tin, tin, tin. So, you know, and if it's tin, 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 I don't know where it is, so... Keep it in the tin, and if it's in tin, I don't know what I mean anymore. I'm just making noises now. But that's what talking is.
I've still got heat exhaustion. Am I having a fever dream?
You know what? This is stupid because I think it's 8:15 at night, and it's 22 degrees, I think, and it's heavenly. Now, normally if I was sat in 22, I would hate it, but this is lovely compared to what we had.
I'm sure my computer's supposed to tell me the fucking temperature. Where's my phone? Hang on.
Oh, here
today,
we go.
I think the hottest it hit today was like 24. It's 18 now.
18.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a bit warm for me. I like 10.
For all you Americans and all that lot whinging us going, your homes are designed for higher temperatures, especially in like California and Arizona and all that lot. When the lowest it gets is 20, your homes are designed. We get down to -10 and up to +40. Which we hit 40 the other day. That's a 50-degree temperature range. We're not equipped in our homes to deal with it.
Well, what we are equipped to do is capture heat and hold it in the houses. Like everything's insulated because of the.
All our homes are designed to hold heat in, which is why you see all the advice coming from the UK at the minute. It's like keep your curtains closed during the day and stuff. It's because all the heat comes in otherwise.
Keep your curtains closed. Put tinfoil in the
Don't.
window to reflect the evil sun back.
Yeah, don't open your window and doors because you let it in, it ain't fucking getting out again.
No, you know what? Actually, ironically, because of the way my house is positioned, the sun never touches the windows except for one room upstairs. So
mine's actually quite good because the sun hits like my bedroom and stuff at about 10, and then gets blocked behind the trees at about 12, and then
That's
after
nice.
that it's gone out the angle. So I don't get woken up too early on like a Sunday or anything like that. I can have a little bit of a lay in, but when I do start to wake up, it just warms up a little bit just to like help wake you up, sort of thing.
No, we've been relatively cool inside, thankfully, because, like I said, well, there's no greenhouse effect in here of it just blastering against a window and just cooking it like an ant under a magnifying glass. That's what it is, isn't it? We're ants under a magnifying glass because of our windows. You know what gets me, actually, to the amount of people that sit outside in the pool when it's like that. You're literally magnifying the sun by putting water on you. It's like, oh, it's really, really hot and bad for my skin. Let's make it worse. Why the hell not? What are you doing?
Yeah, but at the same time, it does feel nice.
Yeah, I know, but put your pool in the shade is what I'm saying.
Yeah, possibly. But I think there's a huge psychological effect on that because, right, imagine this. You need to describe to me where you are or where a normal person is because you're weird. You're sat
Thank you.
on some form of slightly uncomfortable plastic chair.
Yes.
There is a large pool in front of you that if you get in it will feel like it's ice water, and there is an alcoholic beverage in your left hand. Where are you?
In my worst nightmare.
Where is the normal person?
On holiday.
On holiday. So I think that's why the paddling pools come out and all that. It doesn't actually help because our paddling pools hold 8 litres of water and instantly heat up, opposed to a giant swimming pool which doesn't heat up that much, and some of them are even chilled in some certain hot countries and stuff.
Chilled.
And I think it could just be a huge psychological effect of it's like being on holiday.
You know what's a really bad idea, actually? So, never mind the skin damage of magnifying the sun's rays through water, is going and jumping into a body of water that's really cold when you've been stood around in hot weather all day. You will send your body into shock.
But then, at the same time, unless you're jumping into actually physically heavily chilled water, it's not actually that cold. Like when
You can still cause yourself some damage, I think.
When we were in Tenerife, for argument's sake, the pool felt absolutely freezing. And while I was swimming around, I found the thermometer sat in the corner of it. I happen to know it was 32 degrees during the day and stuff. The pool was at 28. That is a 4-degree difference. That is not good
okay,
for
but
shock.
that's a swimming
But
pool
it
in a
felt
hotel
like I was
resort.
jumping into ice.
I'm talking like going down to a lake or something.
Again, there'll be similar temperature. They'll only be about 5-6 degrees colder.
Yeah, but at the pool, there's people around, and you're not likely to get stuck if your body does
put it this way.
decide to
if you're
shut
going
down.
wild swimming and all that lot, take someone with you.
Yes,
Take
please
safety
take someone
precautions.
with you. If you're
But
going,
that's not just because of cold shock. That's just a general good safety. precaution.
To be fair, don't hike alone, things like that, because you need someone to go for help if something happens.
By the way, I will warn people now. If I make a weird shouting or annoying groaning noises, it's just because I'm watching football.
You're watching football whilst we're doing.
It is the Lionesses, which is the England's women's team playing in the European finals. I made sure I watched every single men's game, and I was cancelling plans, and I think I watched a couple of the men's games while we were recording the podcast as well. It's only fair I watched the women's game as well.
If you like football, it's just football, right?
We're starting rant mode now.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Fasten your seatbelts. People that say women's football is stupid and shit and all that lot are not football fans. It is a different game. I'm not denying that. The paces are different. The skill level isn't at the same. Not all of them are at the same level as the men's yet. Fact of life, it's not been pushed as long, but it is still decent football. It's better than most of what people watch. It's better than most of the Premier League, and there are than most of the men as well. To be honest, they don't roll around on the floor as much. But if you like football, you should be supporting your international football team, women's football team now. If you're planning to watch the World Cup, you should be watching the Euros. And you'll agree on that, even though you're not a football fan, won't you?
Yes, of course I will. In fact, I was looking into just sort of tangentially related what happened to like women's esports teams, because there was a short period of an uprising of them, and then they sort of disappeared off the face of the earth, and I don't know what happened there.
See, this is where I get a bit funny on certain things. For argument's sake, as everyone knows who listens regularly, I'm a big Formula 1 fan, and there is yet to, as far as I'm aware, to be a women's Formula 1 driver in a race. They've tested the cars and they've done them in practice and all that lot, but they've never actually raced in them. part of that is the misogyny behind the sport that still exists. There's a lot of old men that pay for the money and all the sport and all that lot, and they're not going to pay for women to drive. That's unfortunate, but you're not going to change people like that. You need to move forward rather than try to fix the past. But at the same time, we're not 100% sure, has someone matched the skill level required to be able to do it? And again, with women in esports and all that lot, there are professional women, female esport players. There are less of them. But then, I can't imagine any esport team, or any decent esports team anyway, has said to them, no, you can't play because you're a woman. They just haven't reached the skill cap required to do it. Now, this is when it gets into the whole point that women aren't supported when they're younger and all that lot, which I do agree with.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go to any go-karting meet, there'll be one girl there for every 100 men. But then at the same time, do young girls want to do go-karting as much?
It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be a matter of like how many of them want to do it.
Yeah,
they should be perfectly entitled to do so if that's what they're so inclined to do.
No. They should be entitled to do so. But then you find with a lot of... I'm generalising here, and it's hard to say. I've not done polls or anything like that. I don't often speak to young girls, which is what I'm about to say, which sounds really weird. But I bet if you go into a school, you get you do it professionally with teachers and all that lot, and it's not creepy, and you did a poll of how many people want to go go-karting, it's going to be a higher proportion of men, or boys, should we say.
Is that not because of like institutionalised generalisation and
Possibly.
genderising? Because like...
Possibly.
You know, boys have shown cars and said, here's car. You know, you got a little boy, we'll buy him cars for the birthday. You got a little girl, we'll buy them dolls and clothes.
Maybe that could be a part of it. It could be something you have to fix. At the same time, if you go to them and you ask how many want to go ride a horse, I know I'm being a bit sexist and generalising here. I'm not saying all women are like this and all men are like this. This is just a generalisation for conversations. Please don't at me. I don't know how you at me anyway, so don't try. But you go there and you ask who wants to ride a horse, who wants to go go-kart. There are going to be a few boys that want to go horse riding, and the girls that want to drive the go-karts. But generally, the trend-wise, it's going to be men or boys one side, girls the other side, isn't it? And the same with football, which is weird because that's why one of the biggest countries in the world for women's football is America, because of misogyny.
Yes, it sort of swung the other way.
You speak to American boomer dads, basically, and the son says they want to play soccer. No, it's a girl sport. The rest of the world see football. Yeah. They have the boys go play American football and the girls go play soccer. Oh, I hate the term soccer, but it makes sense when we're discussing American football as well.
It doesn't make sense at all. American football should have a different name. They don't use the damn feet for anything.
The balls are foot long.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what everyone's going for. That's exactly what we mean by football.
No, that's where the name comes from. It is a football. The ball is a foot.
That is so stupid.
But that's where the name comes from.
That is the most stupid. Like basketball, the ball's not a basket. The ball goes in a basket. Fair enough, you know, like that. Yeah. But football.
You have basket. You have ball. But then, do you know where the name soccer comes from?
Wearing socks. I don't know.
It's association football, and it's the association bit is where the soccer comes from. I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'm not 100% sure on all of this, but that's what I've been told before.
Well, isn't it soccer like SOCCER?
Yeah, but obviously spelling, I think it's AR potentially as well, actually. But spelling's changed and all that lot. But I believe it's shortened from that, or it was acronymed from that, or you know how companies take the middle bit of their name out to make it sound cool?
Yes. No, I don't, but okay.
Companies do stuff like that. And
I don't pay enough attention to comment on that one, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Like football, you use your foot to move the ball. Yeah, that's that.
Why would tennis?
What about tennis?
Where does it's a ball and a racket. Where's tennis involved?
I don't know, but ball and racket is also squash, and
or racquetball.
Racquetball, yes. That racquetball makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yes,
racquetball's like. It's like the Ron seal of sports, isn't it?
You hit the ball that hard, it does get squashed against the racket and the wall. So maybe that's where it's squashed. But where's the fucking tennis?
I don't know. Golf. Cricket, golf. Yeah. What the hell? Golf. Golf. I don't understand the appeal of golf
either.
I mean, I understand it. Hit ball into hole.
Playing golf is actually surprisingly fun. But there is a reason. You have to go with the creative people. You probably won't enjoy it. You might do because
I've been to driving ranges before.
You're going outside. Driving ranges are fun because you just hit things hard.
Yeah.
Whack.
Give things a good old
I played 18 holes a couple of times, But every time I've done it, we've got incredibly drunk while doing it.
Ah, I see. That's why playing golf's fun.
And the actual golf doesn't matter, but I've got one of the guys that went with us doesn't drink, who's been with us, should I say. But he still enjoys it. But it's the social aspect of the four lads dicking around outside in the sun, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Every now and again, hitting a ball vaguely in that direction.
Social activities need a bit of a vehicle, don't they? But the one that doesn't make sense to me as a
Speaking of vehicles, drinking in golf buggies is dangerous.
Yeah, well, drinking and driving, yes, dangerous.
But it's private road, so it's okay.
Well, and I
And
didn't say it wasn't
everybody's
illegal. I just said it was dangerous. Okay,
It is,
so
but everybody's drunk, so it's fine.
so when I said like social activities need a bit of a vehicle, so like I've taken to going snooker a couple of times a week with the boys, which is like the highlight of a
boys.
week at the minute. Yeah, me and the boys go snooker. It's
I'm
awesome.
still waiting for video evidence.
I will get you video evidence actually because I'm there enough.
You've
I
been
should
saying
be able
that
to.
for like a month.
I know, but
and I've
when I'm
still
there,
yet to see video evidence.
I'm all about the snooker when I'm there. I snook to my heart's content whilst I'm there.
Snook.
Yes, I go.
Where does the name snooker come from?
I don't know.
Why
but
is it
every
not
week
called cue ball
I go snooking.
or cue pocket or
Cue
pocket
pocket.
cue?
It's billiards. It's all billiards, isn't it? So anyway, that's been great because it's been a way to like reconnect with old friends, people who I've not seen for a while. We go. It's been nice. The one thing I don't understand though is when people say, "Oh, let's go for a drink." This doesn't resonate with me because drinking is not an activity. Drinking is hydrating yourself. So you will have a drink because you're thirsty. So
let's change it slightly.
First.
Why don't you go sit in the park, chat with some friends?
Because what I just said is that it needs a bit of a vehicle. Social activity needs something to carry it. It's like
I don't think it does.
It doesn't actually need it, but it's easier to do though. It's almost like a pre-stage icebreaker. It's something to do. Like it's a talking point if conversation stops or something. So like I'm just going to use snooker as the example because it's the only thing I do these days outside of work and sleep. If we're playing snooker, we can talk about the snooker first, and then that can break into another conversation.
So generally,
go on, you
going to have a
first.
pint with your mate sort of thing, what it tends to be is you talk about work, and then that leads into conversations.
Yeah.
How was your day? Sort of thing. That's how you start it, and then you go into the other conversation. I've never been a huge potato of. I'm not a huge drinker, as you know. I'm not going to go to the pub every night. And
How
have a
many
pint,
bottles of
but
gin are on your desk, James?
One. And it's 3/4 empty, but it's also been. It's the same one last time you asked me, and I just haven't got the apple juice to finish.
That was
it.
like Christmas last time I asked you, so.
You didn't ask about rum, so okay.
Oh no.
There's a bottle of vinegar on my desk as well.
Okay, why? Oh no, you know what? It's
just had
fine.
fish and
You
chips for
have
dinner.
whatever you want. I
had fish and chips for dinner.
I've got dog treats on my desk, James. I can't talk.
You have a carrot.
I don't know where that went.
It got eaten by the cat.
Probably. It was Play-Doh. Why would it want to eat Play-Doh?
It's salty. Why did you eat Play-Doh as a kid?
I
Don't
don't
deny
remember. I don't remember. If I knew, I would tell you.
But I guarantee you did, didn't you?
Mum, please.
Needs
put a
mum
comment.
verify.
Yeah, just please drop in the comments whether or not I ate Play-Doh. I don't have
All
any
kids ate
recollection. I don't know.
Did you eat lead paint as well? Because that's plausible, doing you. It would explain a lot.
Thanks, James. I'll have you know it's delicious. And rather Moorish.
Oh, I had second breakfast today as well, speaking of Moorish.
Ah, so you transitioned into Hobbit.
Well, I got to work. I get to work at about 6:30, 7, between there somewhere. I do like half hour's work and then I have some toast. Because if I don't want it straight away, waking up a bit, I have my toast. And then I had that, and then at like 9:30, 10, the boss came in with bagels. No, not bagels. What are they called? Pastries. I had a Belgian bun.
Very nice. I had a bit of a nightmare morning actually today. So I start work at 4:00, and today I did a kind of an oversleep. So
there's only 4:00 a day, Pete.
No, not in my days. So if I start work at 4:00, typically I need to be out of bed at 3:30, get up, get ready, get to work. Fine. I usually end up getting there about 4:15, if I'm honest, because it's just really difficult getting out of bed. But there's nobody there to care, so it doesn't matter. today I did a little bit more of an oversleep, enough for people to actually care. So would you like to guess at what time I got out of bed this morning?
7:20.
Very close. It was 20 to 8. It was really
so you
bad.
got out of bed
Mm-hmm.
after I'd already got to work, after I'd already had my toast.
Yeah. I got out of bed at after the halfway point of my shift.
What time did you finish?
Well, I
What
got
time
to
are you
work.
supposed to finish?
Well, I was supposed to finish at 1, but I got to work at about 8 o'clock, and somebody had to come in and open up for me because obviously they couldn't get hold of me. But I also woke up with a heckin' fever, and when I got to work, we still take temperatures.
Yeah.
For wellness checks, so it's a kitchen, so I have to. And the thing beeped, turned red. I was running a very high temperature, and they said, "You need to go home again." So,
See, what you should do is just before you get there, run the last 100 yards, and they'll send you home every day.
I think they'll find out that there's a problem there.
Well, so you sprinting 100 yards, I guarantee it's going to overheat you, isn't it?
I don't think I'd make it if I started 100 yards away. You'd find me at 86 yards from work in a heap, wheezing and dying.
But if you do it right, and you start, say we start with a 10-yard sprint.
They'd see me.
The next day you do an 11-yard sprint. Eventually you'd be running to work and you'd be like, oh, I feel a lot better.
Yeah, probably. You know what? I went through a spell of walking to work for a while, and it's a 5-minute drive but a 45-minute walk, and I felt great doing that because getting up earlier was a bit of a pain, and it did make me late sometimes. But the walk to work was great for getting me going in the morning. And then the walk home from work was great for winding down from work and being ready for home. And then because I was taking it worked out about 15,000 extra steps per day, I just felt better in general. But the problem is I stopped doing it and I can't seem to just start again. I only need one day to get up with enough time to do it, and then it'll be great because I'll just sort of keep rolling with it then because I'll feel the benefit immediately. But it's just so difficult to get back into now I broke the habit.
I keep thinking of cycling to work, but I don't want to get up any earlier, which I'd have to. But I live at the top of a hill and worked at the top of a different hill.
So it's all uphill.
And, I've got the downhill bit first, and then a nice flat bit, which would be fine. But just at the end of each journey, because it's probably cycle-wise, it's probably about 4 miles.
Yeah.
But just the last quarter of a mile each end is a fucking steep hill.
You could always get off and push the bike up it.
Yeah, but I've got stupid clicky shoes.
Clicky shoes.
The clicking in and out of the pedals when you walk, to make click noises. And if I walk, well, in theory, quarter of a mile a day, I'm going to destroy the fucking locks.
Maybe, yeah.
That's
Maybe
my reason.
Not just cycle in different shoes, right?
I'd have to buy new pedals.
What?
I'd have to buy new pedals.
Oh. Well, buy new pedals then. Why do you have such fancy utensils on your bike? I've got a proper smackhead bike out in my garden. It's been spray painted green. I don't even know where it came from, to be honest. I don't remember getting it. So it's spray painted green. There's no logos on it anywhere. The left brake doesn't work.
Half carbon fibre. The left brake? Oh, right, okay, the left handle, you mean? I thought you meant the left side of one wheel.
No, yeah, my wheels are next to each other rather than front and back.
But, I have a half carbon fibre bike.
Oh.
It's fucking
you know what, actually? I remember you talking about buying it. It was many years ago.
It was, in the Cycle to Work scheme.
You're not far from wrong.
For those who aren't in the UK, or if you are in the UK and you don't understand or haven't seen about it, there's something called the Cycle to Work scheme from the government. And I don't understand how it's supposed to work, but everybody gets away with buying really expensive bike kit for free. Well, not free, but... So I got a £1,500 bike. I then got the clicky pedals for it, which was an extra 150 quid. I got the shoes to go with it, which were 80 quid. I got a bag, some waterproofs, a decent lock, a pump, a toolkit, and a couple of spare inner tubes and stuff, and repair kits and inner tubes and all that lot. It worked out about £2,200 in total. By the time all the kit I got and all that lot. And the idea was you use it to cycle to work. Well, at the time, I lived 58 miles away from work. There was no way I was cycling to work. Down a major dual carriageway as well. There's no way it was ever going to happen. But I'm still eligible for the scheme. And then they take a percentage of what you owe or your wage or something like that. It works out as from your wage each week automatically. Help pay for the bike and all that lot, and they take a percentage to help pay it back. But if you don't pay it back after 3 years, you get to keep it. Now, I was on a pretty damn good wage at the time, a lot higher than some people will ever be, sort of thing. But especially for 18, I was on about 35, 40 grand a year, which is a pretty good wage, isn't it, Pete?
It is pretty good, yeah.
Especially this was 10 years ago.
It was even better then.
Yeah.
Now it'll just fill your car with petrol.
Just. But, so basically, even on that wage, they took £8 a month from my bank.
£8 a month?
And after 3 years, you get the option to carry on paying £8 a month, pick a new bike, or end the scheme there, but keep the equipment. So I ended the scheme there and kept the equipment. So if we work that out, actually, I think it was £8.17 I was paying a month over 3 years. So if we do 8.17 times 36, £295 I spent on this bike before tax as well. So it works out better than that. Basically, I would have only got like 250 quid of that if I'd actually got it in as my wage because tax and all that lot. So I paid £300 for 2.5 grand's worth of kit.
That's pretty damn good.
And then after 3 years, I ended my scheme. I could have just done it again if I wanted.
You always had that choice. You do know what the point of the scheme was, right?
To make people cycle to work.
And you know why?
Because it's good for the environment.
Yes, there we go. You're reading the script. I like it. Okay. And then what you did was...
government less money.
It makes the government less money, yes.
And...
But you see, now...
It makes the government quite a lot less money, and it probably decreases road safety or increases road fatalities for accidents because, unfortunately, if a cyclist is hit, there's a very high chance of
actually, if everybody converts to cycling, then it would increase road safety a lot.
Yeah, but not everybody can convert
to
cycling.
No, I know. But you just shut up. Right, okay. But you see, now, what you did there was talk about the way it's...
We're starting another rant in a second.
Well, I'll just have a little one first. What you said about it saving the government money. Now, what it's
costing the government money, I said.
Costing. Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, what you said about costing the government money. First of all, the government is shit at allocating its money anyway, and pays MPs far too much, and that's probably the reason they're tanking money, not anything else. But also, is the cost to the government and the country greater than the cost to the planet for all the emissions for using cars?
Yeah, but if the government folds and all that lot, and then all of us die due to starvation, I don't care about the planet at that point.
Mm-hmm. I think all of us dying to starvation would be much better for the planet, actually.
It would be for the planet, yes. It's not great for the human race, though.
No. But you see that the point was to make a small step to prolong the life of the planet.
There are a lot of things to be done, granted. I don't think making everybody cycle will fix that option.
No, things like stopping importing out-of-season fruits to every country in the world would help.
Yeah.
Things like not... I don't know. I lost my train of thought then because I looked at my bottle, the wrapper on my bottle ripped. And
realised me and you can't solve the climate change.
I mean, I can't solve anything, Jay. I can't even solve my problem with... You know what, actually? I can't solve a problem with... I've got a button, the top button on my shirt for work. There's one specific shirt that I own. I've got like 10 shirts for work. There's one specific shirt, and the top button hole has been like stretched, so when I fasten it, it just pops back open again. I can't even solve that, and it drives me mad. I wore it this morning for like an hour while I was at work.
Put a stitch into it.
No, James. It's just I'm going to let it make me angry, and I can't solve this. So of course I can't solve the world's
You can
problems.
solve it by putting a stitch in, or I don't know, asking for another shirt.
No, I don't need that one. I only work 5 days a week. I've got 10 shirts. I could just bin it, and it would be fine.
Just bin it then.
No, that's wasteful, and goes against what I'm saying about saving the planet.
All right, recycle it then.
I do recycle it, as in I use it as my emergency 10th shirt when I don't bother washing my
that shirt.
Turn it into what? It's like it's very. Oh, I just
turns into rags.
Headbutting my microphone.
Turn it into rags, which I used in production industries and all that lot.
Okay, yeah, fine. I'll turn it to rags. I will use it as
use it as a painting shirt at home, so you don't ruin clothes you actually like.
Yeah,
painting in a McDonald's shirt.
I don't. It's his where like you never having met me sort of comes into play here. Like all my clothes look the same. If you see me, like,
but do they all have paint on?
It wouldn't matter.
Mine do.
I could have a painted
most
shirt.
of it's oil. Most of my clothes have oil stains on. I don't know where. Some of them I've never worn to work. And I'm like, how has it got an oil stain on it?
It's all right.
I opened the packet.
All mine smell of chips, and I don't wear any casual clothes to work.
It just work permeates into every part of my life, and I don't like it.
No, it's horrible, and it's just the way it is. So I don't have clothes that I like. Just to go back to the point that you're saying, I do have clothes that I like. I like all my clothes, but they're no different to each other. So I'm the kind of guy who'll buy the same T-shirt 8 times.
Yeah, I'm quite similar to that, to be honest.
Yeah, and I look the same all the time.
It's comfy. It will do.
It's comfy. It'll do. It's like, and you know what? Somebody asked me about didn't ask me. Sorry, no. I just offered the information up because I'm an idiot. But they were talking about a pair of trainers that they bought, and it was apparently like a limited edition pair of trainers. They spent like £500 on them or something. I don't get it either. Yeah, I know. Don't get angry. I got angry. This is the problem. And so I just had to butt in because I'm a dickhead. And I was like, so are you going to wear them? They're like, no, I'm not going to wear them. They're collector's items. I was like, why the hell did you buy £500 shoes if they're never going to see any use? What are you doing? Like, what? You're not even on much money. Like,
I buy like one pair of shoes a year, which are they're normally around the 60 to 80 quid, depending what style I get and all that lot, because they're comfy.
Yes, I buy the same shoes
Skechers
all the time. Skechers, oh, interesting. I go with Hush Puppies.
There's a couple of styles I switch between depending on whether I buy them in summer or winter, basically. But I only ever I wear one pair of trainers. I wear my work boots, one pair of trainers. I have other shoes for other things, but if I'm not doing something special, I'm wearing my trainers.
I normally only have 2 pairs of shoes. I have my work shoes and I have a pair of trainers. But since getting with Charlotte, I found my shoe collection growing because I currently have 2 pairs of trainers in circulation and 2 pairs in the wardrobe that are not in circulation. So, and if I just couple that with the fact that Charlotte has about 45 pairs of shoes in circulation and then about 310 pairs not, I'm beginning to see the problem here.
Are you getting daggers stared at you right now?
I'm not going to look.
The answer is yes, isn't it?
I'm not going to look, James. I'll find out in 5 minutes when she gets up for a drink and punches me in the back of the head.
You probably deserve it.
Well, yeah, all times, really, but, you know.
Would you like me to start listing the scary information of how many shoes I own?
Is it going to make me judge you?
Yeah, it is, but there are reasonings behind all of them, so let me give you the shoes and the reasonings first.
Okay, and then I'll do my shoes after that.
So, I have my work boots, steel toe caps, oil resistant, proper work boots. I need them for work.
I'll allow this one.
Steel toed, steel soled, proper safety boots, all that lot. I have my Skechers, which are my everyday wearing trainers if I'm not at work.
I will allow that.
I have my flip-flops, because I like flip-flops when it's hot.
Okay, that's passable.
You don't like the idea of flip-flops, but you appreciate the thing.
Just go barefoot. It's not much different.
I have a pair of smart brown shoes and a pair of smart black shoes.
Lose the brown ones.
Both pairs I've owned for about 10 years.
Lose the brown
ones. No,
No,
sorry, that's a lie. I bought up a new pair of brown ones recently. You can't wear black shoes with a blue suit, so I had to buy brown ones to go with the blue suit.
Why can't you wear black shoes with the blue suit, James?
Because it looks weird.
No, it doesn't. It looks absolutely fucking fine.
But anyway, so I've got those two. So they're half passable. Should we go on them?
No.
Are they on par with flip-flops or worse?
The brown shoes?
The brown and black shoes, but
just get rid of the brown ones. Brown shoes, brown smart, and I'm putting that into air quotes. Brown smart shoes look stupid. All right.
I like them, but okay, that's fine. Anyway, we'll move on.
I am the authority on this. I'm sorry.
There are more. There's more shoes.
Oh God, I need a stronger drink than this Lucozade Sport.
I have my rigger boots, which are used for when A, I used to do off-roading a lot, so I used to use them for that. And B, when we redug my garden, I wore them a lot during that. They're like wellies, but steel toe capped and all that lot again, steel soled. So when we went off-roading, I didn't destroy my foot by running over it, which I did a lot.
Okay, so considering you used to do off-roading, acceptable.
I then have my walking boots, which I used to use when I did 10 tours and DV and all that lot.
Okay.
I then have my walking shoes, which are when I'm only going for a day, not for a few days, and I don't want my feet to dry out too
What?
much.
What? No. Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm only going for the one day. I'll best put some walking shoes on, not the walking boots.
It also depends. If I'm walking path, I tend to wear the shoes. If I'm walking off path, I'd wear the boots to protect my ankle more.
Why are the boots like not suitable for any of those things? Why the boots would do?
It tended to be because I got too hot in the boots, because I only really wear the shoes if it's the middle of winter, middle of summer. Sorry, I'm like jogging on the paths and stuff, and especially jogging in the boots. They're too heavy. It felt
jogging's
too
a completely different thing to walking. You said the walking shoes.
Yeah, but it's jogging, walking sort of thing. It's that.
Why are you jogging?
Walking, switching to jogging.
Jogging is an exercise. Walking is like a hobby.
We used to do it for exercise.
Oh, get stuff.
Basically, when I was doing 10 tours and all that lot, and the big walks and stuff, we were doing 100, 200 mile walks every other weekend stuff. During the week is when we do 10-mile runs to keep the fitness up.
Do you know how much time you could have spent doing nothing, which is the superior activity instead of all these activities?
Like 13, 14, 15, and
That's
I enjoyed being out in nature.
perfect time to do nothing.
Yes, but on the days I wasn't doing this, I literally did absolutely nothing.
You know,
I probably burnt the same amount of calories as most normal people, but it was just in peaks. And I've still got more shoes to go through.
You know, when people say that on your deathbed, it's the things that you didn't do that you'll regret. I will literally be sat there saying, there were so many weeks where I did more than I should have done. I could have had more nothingness.
There's more shoes. You ready?
Oh, God. Go on, then.
I will state, most of these shoes I've owned for at least 10 years. Some of them owned nearly 20 years now. I've had the same size feet since I was about 11. So that's part of the reason I've not got rid of them. Like my walking shoes and all that. I've not done that for 15, 16 years, but I've still got them. I then have my combat boots, which I used to use from cadets, and then I used when I worked at paintball, because they had to match you had to look like an army guy when you worked at paintball, so they had to match style-wise. That was uniform at that point. So that's acceptable. I've still got them.
If it was uniform requirement, there's nothing you can do about it, really, yeah.
I've kept them because when we were at paintball the other day, they were quite comfortable for that, and it doesn't matter if I get them ripped or anything stupid like that trying to climb through a tree, unlike my walking boots, which are very expensive. I don't want to damage.
Right.
I've then got my wetsuit shoes from when we used to go swim in the sea a lot and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, the weird jelly things. They okay?
Sure.
I've then got... Right, this is when we get weird. I've got my rugby boots.
This is when we get weird, yeah. Not the brown and black fancy shoes, but carry on.
I've got my rugby boots.
Uh-huh.
My football boots.
Uh-huh.
Rugby boots, yeah, football boots.
Hang on, rugby boots, football boots, American football boots. What, like...
There's reasoning behind this. My football boots are plastic blades and all that lot, because I don't like playing in studs. But they don't work in rugby because you need to be able to drive the power in rugby, so you need proper long studs on them. Also, rugby boots tend to have more studs than football boots do.
Right.
Because obviously when you've got the rock and stuff and they're pushing into each other hard, you want that more grip in the ground sort of thing. So that's why they have different boots for them. There's different patterns.
Yeah, you can't just be like kind of into a hobby, can you? You've got to go and buy all the specific items. But then, you know what? Actually, no. I'm going to stop you here because I want to talk about something based on this.
I'm going to finish doing this first.
No. All right. I'm going to maintain this level of emotional.
Make a note.
Yeah, I've made a note. Don't worry. I'm going to be this angry until you finish.
But I played football for like 7 years. I then played rugby for 5 years. So, but I only ever bought two pairs of football boots, and one pair of rugby boots. But I just kept them because they're still going. But I changed sport and could do with a new pair of boots at that time. And then the reason I have American football boots is I won them in a competition.
All right, well that's fine. It's free.
Then I have...
I will accept anything you got for free. Gets a free pass. That's acceptable.
Have my 4G AstroTurf boots.
4G.
It's not 4G like Wi-Fi connection. It's 4G like the type of AstroTurf.
You think that 4G makes you run faster, James? That's what we've learned from this.
Kevin Bacon told me that it's fast and speed and all that lot.
And reliable.
I was not reliable on football. I've got my 4G football boots because you get different types of AstroTurf, and if you read the wrong ones, you'll damage it and get charged a lot of money by the people that own the AstroTurf.
Okay.
So I've got my 4Gs, my 3Gs, and my 2Gs.
Oh my god.
And I think that's it. I don't own any Crocs. You'll be happy to know.
I'd prefer it if all you owned was Crocs.
I've got a feeling there's another pair of shoes I've forgotten that I can't think of.
Is it your sneaky snack
there is
slippers?
another one. There is another one. There's another one.
What?
It's my festival boots.
Festival? Oh, my fuck's sake. You do know that like you could buy a pair of boots that would do for all of these boots occasions, right?
Well, I didn't want to wear my combat boots to a festival because they go like halfway up my calf, so they'd be too hot in the middle of summer.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to wear my walking boots because they
do
were
realise
about
that you were at a festival and therefore not comfortable anyway, right?
You can be comfortable at a festival. It's called ketamine.
Yeah, well, exactly. Oh, God, festivals, no thank you. Keep me away.
But yeah, so I couldn't wear the combat boots because they're too high. I couldn't wear the riggers because, again, they're too high. And the steel toe cap. Steel toe cap for like 3-4 days straight is going to be painful. Couldn't wear work boots, same reason. Didn't want to wear walking boots in case I lost one because they were about £500. And I used to do an awful lot of walking, so I had good ones and I wanted to make sure I didn't lose my good ones. So I bought a cheap £30 pair of boots to wear for the festival. So I've still got ankle protection. I'm still comfortable in them, but I don't care if they get trashed.
You overthink so much shit.
I do, but at the same
you
time,
overthink so much shit. Like, and I bet there are people out there like me who didn't overthink as much as you do, don't have as many pairs of shoes, and were absolutely fine.
But as I said, I would like to say another caveat. This is a collected over 20 years. Don't think I've binned a pair of shoes except for my trainers in about 20 years.
All right, well, I don't have a collection of shoes over 20 years, and I'll tell you why. It's because I wear a pair until I can't wear it anymore, and then I replace
that's the thing. That's what I do 99% of the time.
Yeah,
I'd
but
say
look, the difference there, James,
days
is I'll wear a pair of my work shoes for... I mean, if I get cheap ones, they'll last like between 6 and 12 months. If I get the expensive ones, they last 2 to 3 years. And I'll wear them until they are literally unwearable, and then I replace them. And then I do the same thing with my trainers. Hang on, I'm not finished yet. You've had your chance.
Okay.
Then I do the same thing with my trainers. I wear them until they break, until I can feel the floor on my feet. And then I get rid of them and get new ones. Now, you can't possibly do that with your shoes over the 10, 20 years because you have a different pair of shoes for every day. You have my Thursday walking shoes and my Saturday evening meal shoes and my dinner waistcoat shoes. Like
let's say, these days, 362 days of the year, I wear either my trainers or my work boots. The other 3 days of the year, I'm going out somewhere and I've got to wear smart shoes because my mum's going to shout at me otherwise.
Nice.
So, I have lots of shoes, but I said, bar the paintball boots I wore earlier this year when we went paintball, I haven't worn them in like 5 years. But I've still got them because, well, they're still good, so why would I bin them?
I know, but you still got them because you bought them for... I mean, if they're still good, they're all still good. That means you didn't wear them enough to ruin them. So, you've, again, bought them for like a one-off occasion or for that 2 weeks.
It was a couple of years for each.
No, that was a couple of weeks that you played rugby. It was a couple of weeks that you played football. There was 3
rugby 5
walks
years.
that you went on.
No, I did that I started at 11. I didn't stop walking until I was like 22.
So related to this, actually, it's not shoes, but related to this. Remember when we were all playing Euro Truck Sim a while back? Few years ago. And you were talking about buying a steering wheel in order to engage more immersively in that hobby.
It sat right next to me.
And you bought it. And did you get the expensive one?
No.
How much did you spend?
I got the entry level one.
Which was?
170.
170. Okay, there is one for £60.
Wheel and pedals. The only difference is you know when you bought one when you were a young kid and you turn it, you don't feel anything. Opposed to the ones in the arcade, when you turn it, you can feel the resistance.
Yeah.
I wanted one you could feel the resistance because otherwise it's pointless and you might as well play with a mouse and keyboard.
No, it's the thing. It's not pointless, is it? Because it's just simulation. It's not real.
It is.
And what you've done there is you spent more than double the money on a feature that doesn't actually mean anything. Because how many times have you used it since buying it?
Oh, God.
Not £170 worth of times.
300 hours?
No, you've not.
Yeah.
No, you've not. I can see what games you play on Steam, James. You've not used it that much.
How many hours have I got in Formula 1 2021?
Tell me how many hours.
I've never played it without the wheel.
Tell me how many hours you've got.
F1 2020. Oh, it's not 2020. 127 hours on that.
So, right, just let's say that one game. I've got a friend here who plays the same game, and he uses the £60 steering wheel, okay? And he has... Let me just find him.
Rally, I'm at 193 hours.
Okay, just in the Formula 1 game, he has 855 hours, and he uses the £60 steering wheel. Are you having more fun?
Yes, I am, because I don't enjoy games like that with cheap wheels. I never have, which is why I never bought them beforehand.
You're hypnotized by the fact that something is
Force
expensive
feedback
and therefore.
is a huge...
This is why you use Apple products as well, actually, James.
Pete,
I can't help but
tell you what I wanted to buy when I bought my wheel.
Oh yeah, I was there for the conversation, and I nearly died inside.
Which was like $3,500.
Yeah, I know.
Just for the wheel. That's not including the pedals or the gear stick, which mine has.
I don't know if you remember, but you and Claude were talking about it, and I had to leave Discord before I yelled at you both.
I wanted a Fanatec one, but that is sim quality, which I don't need. I know I don't need, so I didn't buy it.
Oh God!
I bought, like I normally do with all my hardware, decent mid-range.
You sent me the link, and I had to mute my microphone.
Yeah. No. The only time I'd ever buy something like that is if I was not having to work. I had that much money.
Yes, like swimming in money. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I have no. The one I regret more than the wheel is my VR headset. I don't use that enough. But it makes me feel a little bit sick if I use it for like an hour.
I was going to say, using VR too much it's still at the point where it's very, very difficult to do.
I've probably only got like 56. Although the new F1 game supports VR and the wheel at the same time, so I'm going to throw up a lot.
Yeah, you probably are actually. There's going to be a huge adjustment period for that. So it actually doesn't bother me what you spend on your stuff. I just do it for comedy effect.
I know you do.
It's just because I'm the opposite. I would rather just get the cheap one that does the job. You know,
I always used to until I started buying. I said I don't buy the most expensive hardware you can get, peripherals and stuff. I don't at all. I buy ones that I know I'm like, and for me they make them. I prefer my experience.
It's sticking with what you know, isn't it? Which is
the big
good
one is the keyboard. That's what I first went out. First time I bought a decent, expensive keyboard. This was when I was used to play when I was working shifts. So if I wasn't at work, I'd play 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And my wrists were fucked in the evenings. Since I bought a decent keyboard, that stopped happening.
Okay, that's fair.
So then I bought that and I thought, well, if that's made such a difference, I'll buy a decent mouse, which granted, I already had a decent mouse to begin with, thinking about it from my laptop days, because I bought the one Tom told me to. But again, this is why I've got all Razer products, because I switched to a Razer mouse, because the Razer keyboard was nice. And I really like the mouse. It fits my hand nicely, it's a nice weight, it's got the mountain buttons. So which is then why I bought a Razer headset, because, well, the mouse is good, the keyboard's good, the headset's probably good, and this is why I've now got a snake and...
The snake and the slippers are a bit excessive, but I
can
get behind.
Charity, though.
I can stop it.
They work for charity.
Stop it, James.
100% of the profits from Snaky Snake goes to charity.
Yeah, that's not why you bought them, though. You bought them because you wanted the snake.
I bought them because I like Razer. Oh, snake.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I bought the snake as a joke. I didn't buy the slippers. They were bought for me as a Christmas present. And also, you forgot about the head cushion on my chair, which again was bought for me as a Christmas present.
Yes, of course, because you have to complete the whole look of being a complete Razer twat.
I really want the keycap.
Oh, for God's sake!
You know what you like? It sits like 2.5 inches tall. I want to put my escape key, so you just panic and hit the escape key and hit the snake.
Did you see the episode of Friends where everyone thought Joey had a Porsche and he just bought all the stuff? That's what you are, but with Razer.
But I actually own Razer products anyway.
No, I know. It's just funny to me. But I can get behind the whole mentality of like sticking with what you know, because I buy the same £3 mouse like once every 4 years, and I buy the same £4 keyboard. In fact, I've had the same keyboard now for... I didn't buy it for this computer. I already had it. I used to use it actually back in like 2013 because I plugged it into a laptop because like when you angle the keyboard, you can't do that with a laptop. So yeah. I would USB it into the laptop so that I could angle the keyboard for when I was playing. And it's only a Trust gaming one. I got it from Tesco, I think. Spent a couple of quid on it, and it's. But then it does the job. Part of the reason that I don't get behind the whole once you buy a decent one thing is because I've never owned one that's been expensive, so I can't actually say from experience what the difference is.
This is what I say for most people, is if you don't need to go stupid and buy, granted I do have a stupid keyboard now, but you don't need to buy, it doesn't have to be Razer either, I like Razer as everyone knows, but it doesn't have to be Razer, Logitech, Corsair, any of the decent ones, go for their entry to mid-range level gamer hardware. I hate to use that word, but it's mechanical keyboards, that sort of thing. And you'll realise they are so nice to use. They have been ergonomically designed, unlike your £4 keyboard, which has no ergonomics in the design at all, does it?
I wouldn't know. It just works fine. Like,
the most ergonomics is comfort.
It's comfortable. I've never noticed a problem. But then that's because I've not used one that is designed.
Yeah, the closest thing you have to ergonomics on your keyboard is the fact it's QWERTY.
Yes, and that it's got a numpad on it.
Yeah. Well, technically,
It has a
numbers don't aid
backlight,
economics.
you know. It's not like
That doesn't aid economics either, because
it's like
it does
pretend-
if you have to look at your keys.
I have to look at my keys because I'm not very good at typing.
Do you really? It surprises me that.
Yeah, well, I've never properly like it's a
Using
learning thing,
letters,
isn't it?
I don't have to look at it, and the numbers. When I start getting to the funny symbols, I have to.
I don't
Which
look
one's
at
the
it
right
for,
bracket?
It's weird because I don't look at it for playing games. Like so when we play Dota, I've got a lot of
That's muscle
hotkeys.
memory, though.
It is muscle memory, but like it should be muscle memory for typing as well. Like it's not much more for me to type, is there? So
How much do you type, though?
I type a lot, especially nowadays.
Yeah, maybe then.
I've been
But then
writing
the other one
scripts
is,
for my new videos, haven't I? So
yeah, true. For argument's sake, when you hit for example, your Q key, which is probably your first spell, do you
Yes.
know you're hitting your Q key, or do you think you're hitting spell key?
spell key.
Exactly. I
Spell
sent you a
key,
link
yeah.
on Discord, by the way, which means you're going
Or
to
was that you that made the bink? Oh my god, yes
Yeah.
you did.
Look at him.
You know what? As much as I hate it, that's the cutest damn
He is
keycap
so
I've ever
cute,
seen.
isn't he? He is
That-
so cute.
how much is he?
I don't know. I don't want to look. It'll only fit on a Razer keyboard, Pete.
I'll just own it. I'll glue it to the top of my monitor or something.
Just buy a snake then.
No.
The keycap is 20.
Can you actually still buy the snake?
Yeah, you buy all of it still.
Oh, I thought it was a limited
The snake-
edition thing.
The snakes originally were going to be limited, but then they made it into charity.
Oh,
And it's Razer's.
Oh, yeah, look at
this
that.
keycap is
Oh,
the key
jeez.
to sustainability.
do you have?
Wait,
do you not have the hoodie?
No, I don't have the hoodie. Razer has saved 1.18 million trees. 1182330 trees with the Snicky Snick campaign.
Very nice. You get
Things
a
I
floor
don't
rug,
have that I want.
an eye mask.
I don't want the floor rug. I don't want the eye mask. I do have the plushie. I have the head pillow.
giant cushion.
I have the slippers. I don't have the giant cushion. I'd be interested in that. I don't particularly want the bubble head, but if someone bought me, I wouldn't mind. I kind of want the fridge magnets, and I kind of really want the blanket.
I was going to say the blanket would be your thing as well.
Yeah, I like blankets as it is.
The fridge magnets are pretty nice.
Oh my god! I've just realised because I'm on the Razer website, my keyboard's gone weird, and Snicky Snick is walking around my keyboard.
What?
Snicky Snick is walking around my keyboard.
Walking around your keyboard.
Yep,
Okay.
and I've now got his eyes appeared on my keyboard.
Oh, I see. With the RGB.
Yeah, there's certain games that basically it's playing Snake on my keyboard, and then every now and again his eyes appear.
See, my keyboard has fake RGB, so it's just static, but it fades from green to blue and then covers the color spectrum. But it doesn't move. It's just green on left, blue on right, and it changes in the middle.
When you get games that support proper Razer Chroma, like for I'd say Euro Truck is a good one for it, especially once you've got a wheel, so you unbind the rest of the keys and all that lot. For argument's sake, your P key is your wiper key.
Right.
So you push it once and it blinks slowly. You push it, or it blinks every time the wipers move because it's intermittent. You push it again so they go constantly, it blinks a bit faster. You push it again so they go at the faster speed, the light blinks faster. And
Yes.
then it's ridiculous. But things like if you put your headlights on, it goes green, like the headlight telltale on your
It's like a
windshields.
heads-up display outside of your heads-up display.
Yeah. If you put main beam on, which is L key, it goes blue because you got your main beams on.
That's,
All the keys
you know what?
change
It's
colour.
nice little
When you
features,
turn
though.
your engine off, all the lights turn off. Except for for me it's the dot key because that's restart engine. So all the lights turn off like you've turned your car off and all that lot. And it's Factorio does the same. Factorio's got Razer Chroma support, so the only keys lit up the hotkeys you could use at that moment. If you click on a menu and you can't use half your hotkeys, they disappear. The lights go out on the keyboard.
That's pretty cool, actually. I need
It's
that.
really
I
clever.
need that sort of thing for playing games. But I need
Annoyingly,
it to
Dota
like
doesn't support
flash.
it, but there
yeah,
is
I need
there
things
is a
that
mod
flash
that
when my
does it.
spells come off cooldown.
that. I don't know if anyone ever managed it. I know there was a guy trying to do that with WoW and Corsair.
I imagine
But they
it could be done.
It's getting the API, getting the signal from the game
Yeah.
to your keyboard. That's where the awkward step comes in. Things like Factorio and stuff they've enabled Razer Chroma, so they've enabled Razer programs to look in the game for it.
Yeah.
Things like WoW and stuff, which have got a competitive element, they don't like that.
No,
Because if
I
your keyboard's
suppose.
looking at the game, have you got trigger keys
Something else
activated.
looking at the game as well. Yeah.
Have you got hack clients looking at the game and all that lot, which I kind of get. So Dota won't support it, CSGO won't support it, but Factorio does because it's Factorio.
CSGO won't support it. There's so many hackers going on in there anyway.
Yeah, true. Farming Sim supports it, I know that much.
Farm Sim does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you'll go into the esports category, it doesn't.
Of course, because it's an esport then. You know, it's so cool that it's an esport. Like,
it's insane that Farming Simulator is an esport. It's stupid. I love it.
It's so good to watch, though.
I don't know how do they do it. What is it done like? I've never actually looked into it. I just know it's an esport. Is it two teams with the same map and whoever makes the most money?
There's different categories. It's like you'd have to watch it to believe it. It's so engaging, though. I hate the fact that it's so engaging.
I love the game.
It's a good game.
Why have we never played it together?
We don't find the time to play games together anymore,
True,
James.
Yeah. We've got a list of games. I want to start playing Farming Sim again, but I need to find someone to play it with me. I still think it was hilarious that when Farming Sim 2022 came out, me, Jack and Claw were sat waiting for it to come out. I think it came out on a Monday, and it was Monday night, came in. Right, we're playing Farming Sim? Yep, I've been waiting for you. It's pre-installed, servers up, let's go.
It's good, though, because that's what friends do with games, you know. There's not been many games
and the sheep
in recent history that I've been looking forward to. In fact, that Stray Cat game that just come out, I want that.
Stray, that looks really good. I told you about it when I first saw it.
I think it was you that told me about it.
It was me, yeah. That looks like a Pete game. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, I would really love to give that a go.
It's on sale at the minute.
I don't have any money until payday, and just have to wait. And then I'll forget by the time I get the money. And then
I know it's no longer on sale. It came out at £24 and then went on to sale like 4 days after it got released. It went down to like 15 quid.
It does look like a lot of fun, though. It looks a bit dark as well, though. Like,
yeah,
it's a rather interesting little thing.
I'm just looking at the achievements now, which always worry me. Complete the game in less than 2 hours. People have done that.
Oh, good.
2% of all players. Die 9 times is a no more lives the achievement.
Haha, clever.
Miss a jump is the most achieved one at 91.9% of all players have missed a jump. That's
if
quite
an
high.
achievement is tied to failure, then most people will have it because
but how many people have bought the game and never played it? How many games have you got in Steam that you could honestly say you haven't?
That's funny actually, because it doesn't include you unless you've launched the game. It doesn't count you as a player until you launch it.
Is it not?
No, I have checked that. So in order for the percentage to be calculated, the people who, like me, who have bought many games and never launched them, I don't count yet as a player on those achievements.
I'm just looking. I wonder what ones there are that I don't think I've ever played. A game called Alone. I got given that.
Alone.
Yeah. Anti-Chamber. I got 73 minutes on that. Okay.
Is this games that you've not launched yet?
There's no way to sort by that, is there?
No, but I'm
scrolling down my list, looking at ones that I don't think I've played. I found another racing game I forgot to list for you. A set of calls, a competition is 75 hours, and a set of calls normal is... That's not as many, that's only 55 hours. Awesome Noughts, never played that apparently. I've got games in here I don't remember playing, that's the thing. When did I get the Bioshock remasters?
They were on sale for like £4 a while ago.
I might have picked them up then if they were that cheap. I don't like the game. Blood Bowl, that's a good game. Bloons? Yes, I bought Bloons on Steam. Are you judging me?
Nope.
You are, aren't you?
Yes.
Borderlands.
Always.
The pre-sequel I've never played, because I don't like Borderlands.
I don't like Borderlands.
Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Surprisingly a good game. It's like PC Building Simulator, basically, which is also a really good game if you haven't played it. Now I'm installing games off my Steam library. Escapist, we need to play that, Pete.
Yeah, we do, yes.
Firefighting Simulator, The Squad. That was so disappointing that's not got any more support. Yes, okay, we completed it in a day. Granted, we binged it out in a day, me, Claw and Jack, but it was actually really good fun. It took 10 hours as well, so it was...
I wanted to try that, but now that I've found out there's no more support for it, I'm reluctant to.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, isn't it?
Okay, but I just counted. I've got 45 games that I own and haven't launched.
I don't know. How many games have you got on Steam?
Not a great deal, to be honest. Actually, a lot of my library's split across GOG and like console stuff. So
I've got 421 games on Steam.
I have 185 on Steam. But
I'm not counting. So you haven't played. Actually, I probably not played half of them as well. All the Fallouts are there. All the Grand Theft Autos are there.
You got the early Fallouts as well.
Hand Simulator. That is a good game.
Pants.
Hand.
Oh, Hand Simulator. Sorry, I thought you said Pants Simulator.
Me, Claude, Jack, and Arthur, I believe, spent about 4 hours trying to load a gun and shoot each other, and it didn't work.
All right, fair
You've got
enough.
to control your fingers and all that lot and put the bullets in, and we just couldn't do it. It was about 2-3 hours we did it for, and
a
none
race
of us
to shoot each other.
successfully managed to kill the other one, and we were just wetting ourselves laughing the whole time.
I want it now. I'm going to search it.
Yeah, Hand Simulator. I'll play it again.
This sounds like extreme material to me, James.
Oh, you can't. You have to take breaks. More than about 5 minutes and your hand starts cramping up because it's like Q, E, T, P, Z, Y, and 4 are your finger controls.
Oh, this looks amazing. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this already.
So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the podcast and you want to see me and Pete play Hand Simulator, please let us know. Leave us a comment, all that lot. My keyboard still looks like a snake.
Oh God, yeah. Oh please, let's play Hand Simulator at some point. It's £1.59. Okay.
I think that's why we played it, because it was just that cheap.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with this. Oh my God, it's been an hour already.
Exactly, so I'm trying to end the podcast.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, obviously, please, if you've enjoyed it, give it a like, comment, all that lot. Talk to us. If you've seen, we always talk back, and it's nice to chat to people. So you can find us on Discord. We've got the link tree in the Discord, in the description, so you can find it on there. It should also be in the description of wherever your podcast is hosted, not just on fucking football.
I'm just getting distracted.
Yeah, someone just scored. So it shouldn't. Yeah, I've lost what I was saying. I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Yes, okay, that was all he was trying to say. Descriptions are where you'll find the links to all the relevant things.
Yes, the description's on Spotify and other podcast apps. It will be in the description as well. Still, you may have to scroll a little bit more for it.
Yes, and occasionally we post on Twitter when the video goes live, so you can find us there.
I've not done that
too.
for like 6 months.
Yeah, I said occasionally. I never said how frequent those occasions were.
At times we have put things on. Oh, fuck it.
Right,
I've
stop watching
football.
football. Yeah,
No,
okay.
I'm not. No, I've just hit tired at this point.
All right, fair enough. Okay, thanks for listening to our mindless ramble. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.